ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another One Piece manga review. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Lyn and Versen, joined by your other host, Mr. Versen, the Vassal, aka Joshua Chosclair. We're here reviewing chapter 1133, Nice Things. How are you doing, V-Man? The semester is over for me. I feel good. Got one of the semesters down, a couple more to go, then I'm out of there. But it feels good, stress-free, and I'm excited for some of the things I can do for us now that I know how to do certain things. But how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I will say,
Oh, yeah,
sorry
you got to tell
guys,
people about your hand.
yeah. So, visual, not it's a visual thing. So if you're an audio listener, just to let you know,
I don't
my
even think I
hand's in a
put
little bit
this
of a,
audio anywhere. Like, unless I guess they could listen to it on YouTube without
mhm,
the
yeah.
video. Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I explain a little bit. Yeah. So, podcast delayed by like 2 days because I had an issue. Basically, one way or another, my hand got a minor little break in it, like my ring finger. So it's in a splint. Still don't exactly know what the exact ETA is because urgent care is pretty bad about advising you on when to take this kind of
Yeah.
stuff off. A medical student friend of mine said though that like it could be up to like 4 months, not 4 months,
Oh,
not 4 months, not 4 months,
I
four
was
weeks,
about to
which is
say
still, I mean, that's still a
4
lot
weeks
because
still
like,
sucks. That's like a month. Yeah.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, I mean, I can still do stuff with it. I still have like, a couple fingers. I can still kind of hold my phone. I can type with my
Can you
thumb,
drive?
but yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the way that I drive, and let me just say this before anyone gives me shit, I'm a professional, like
You don't drive with two
unironically, a
hands
CDL.
anyway.
For the
Gotcha.
most part, no. Like, unless it's like rainy, like it has been, I'll put two
Yeah.
on. But like for the most part, I set on cruise. I just watch all my mirrors, and I mostly use my left. So, in that regard, I'm actually dominant left hand driving anyway. But other stuff, it was a challenge.
Oh yeah. Do you write with your right hand?
Yeah, writing and
Okay.
typing. Like I had to skip D&D for the first time in a while with some of my friends because
Oh
I was
damn.
mostly because it's like I can't type for shit with this giant like log on my finger,
True.
you know.
True. 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 True.
So I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna have to like give it a week while I kind of reformat how I'm gonna do this. Just because I pull up so many like reference guides or whatever that I need to be able to quickly scroll and type and do whatever.
Yeah, you're a DM, bro.
Um,
You do it for people that don't play D&D. He is like the controller of the game. Like the other players act out his story. So like, yeah,
mhm.
no, for sure. You have to
uh,
be able to roll, switch things, type things, especially if you're doing it not in person.
mhm. But also like even little things like obviously showering is a little bit more difficult. You got to put your
Yeah.
hand in a bag because I mean I could take it off, but it's best not to. So I just put my hand in a bag and just keep it dry.
Yeah, just best case
Um,
scenario, man.
yeah, and then also I ate some shawarma over at Shawarma Guys today, which
Oh,
was
nice.
solid. But like
Fire.
towards the end, whenever I was really trying to get the last of my little hummus and my rice,
Couldn't
I couldn't really get an angle because to get up in there, my dumb like splint finger
switch
kept
to
trying to
your
push up
left,
in it.
buddy. I'm not feeling
I
bad for you about hummus.
look, man, I tried, all right. Look,
Hey, but shout out to
I'm
Swarmer
I'm
guys
pro hummus.
if they want to sponsor us. If you're in the Lafayette, New Iberia area, I think there's even one in Carencro, but I'm not shouting them out that much. Like I said, if you want to sponsor us, but that's damn good shawarma if you like
I
that type of
they
stuff.
got a spicy chicken variant now. I
Yeah.
haven't
Oh
tried it
yeah.
yet.
That shit's good.
Yeah.
That's what I get. The spicy chicken
Mhm.
shawarma wrap. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
see,
it's just let me back it up. They don't spice up the chicken more. They
mhm.
just add a spicy sauce and jalapenos.
To be fair, that sometimes that's all you
But
really
it's still,
want though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it was
Yeah.
still
A little
good.
bit
Like,
of
don't
a
get it
chili
twisted.
flake,
Yeah,
like
yeah, they had like some, but I feel like it's all in the sauce. Like I didn't see like
no,
any.
I agree. I was just saying like the other day I went to Burger Smith and their spicy fries were just like a little bit of oil and like a bunch of chili flake on it. But
Okay.
I mean, to be fair though, it was one pretty good, and two, I was like, it was nice to have a fry that was seasoned that wasn't just throwing Tony's on it. Even though, don't
Mm,
get me wrong, love a Tony's, but
yeah, me
it's nice
too.
to see somebody be like, yeah, we didn't just reach for the Tony's shaker. We
Yeah.
did something a little different.
Oh, let me shock you, bro. Low key, my household, we don't use Tony's anymore. Straight slap your
Mm.
mama regular, and slap your mama hot. Cause Tony's, I feel a little salty. And I
Well,
know they
that's
have the no MSG one and the
yeah.
no salt one, but like
Mhm.
slap your mama, I'm gonna just say, V man, give it a try. Less salt, a little more flavor.
Well, see, I'm not opposed to slap your mama, but I am trying, and I haven't been as good about it as I should. I'm trying this new tech where I do the salt-free slap your mom salt-free Tony's.
Tony's, okay.
And there's a they used to have it. I don't think they make it as much now. I'd have to find it. There's a salt substitute that Morton puts out. So you
Oh,
have all of the flavor and the taste of a little salt and the spice,
but
but
not
none
the
of the
problem.
sodium. None of
Gotcha.
sodium.
See, I'd be
So,
more
you know.
inclined to try that one than the Tony's one because I've done I don't know what it is, man. And like all of the best seasonings are made in Louisiana, so we
Mhm.
know better than y'all. So don't come in our comments talking about this guy's like Tony's. Is he from New York? No, motherfucker. I'm down the street from fucking Tony's and down the street
Yeah,
from Tabasco.
I
But
say
and
we're next
slap.
to where they make both of them.
Yeah, and Slap Your Mama literally is a couple miles up the road from Tony's in Ville Platte. I just feel there's
Mhm.
something about it, man. A little more. Or if you don't want to go with any of the brands, the New News or whatever butcher you're prone
Mhm.
to, because there Earl's has one, New News has one. I'm pretty sure Legnon's has one. Their own seasoning, that shit is fire. That
Mhm.
shit is gas.
Uh,
Best
I had
stop.
some at I had some at the German festival a couple years back, like I want to say in 2018. It was pretty good. They added like all the heat, but a little sweetness to it, and I was like, "This ain't
Oh,
bad,"
okay. Okay,
you know.
hell yeah. But enough
Mhm.
food talk. We were just letting you know how
Yeah,
things have
not a
been.
Sanji chapter.
Not at all. We are here reviewing One Piece chapter 1133. All right, for those new here that don't know the swing of things, I basically give a brief summary of the chapter, and then Versen and I go in and deep dive every part of the chapter. That way, you're not just getting, just our thoughts on just the review. You're getting theories and everything. We want to give you your bang for your buck. But the chapter starts off in the cover story exactly. If you've been following me and Versen's prediction, we've been predicting this cover story to a T. And Versen, got to give it to you. You got it right this week where you said it would be a mini boss before the big boss, and here it is, fucking Baba Nuki grabbing Tama, and Yamato's gonna have to beat them, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be the big boss behind it, but we'll talk more about that. Got to give Versen his kudos to start off. But the chapter starts off with a flashback of Robin seeing O'Hara being exploded, and then seeing all the things that she had to hear from civilians outside of O'Hara, wherever she would go. They were saying horrible things about her, calling her demon. It was a lot worse than we first thought on Water 7 in Innie's lobby. It's way worse. Some of the things they've said, and we'll touch on some of them. And it's just basically live Robin. We get a flashback of Saul sacrifice and then her running away. It then cuts to present day Elbaf, where the Straw Hat B team is docking with Dorian Broggy and their crew. And we just see how big Elbaf is in comparison to everything. And we'll talk about the size and the artwork because it looked great. The rest of the Straw Hats meet up. We then see old boy Road chained up, getting crucified, bro. That's something we have to talk about as well. Like, how bad, like, I don't know if that was worth that, but we'll discuss. We see Hyrodine linking up with Luffy, like, hey, boy, I saw you at Yonko now. You beat Big Mom? That's what's up. That's why I followed you. And then they're like, all right, yeah, let's go make a toast and we'll catch up. We'll talk. And Robin was like, Luffy, can I go off and do my own thing for a little bit? And Luffy's like, yeah, not going to happen. And all the Straw Hats was like, yeah, fuck no. We're all coming with you because we know where you want to go. And they were like, Gerd. And Gerd was like, we got you. Gerd's bringing him to see Dr. Saul, because Saul's a doctor over here. And Luffy's like, listen, Robin, the thing about being captain is you have to pay your respects to everyone who helped out your crew. Look at Luffy showing honor on Elbaf. I fucking love it. He shows honor a little bit later as well. We then cut to seeing where Saul is in the beautiful waterfall with the place on Elbaf, and Luffy's like, all right, let's hurry up and find him so we can get back to drinking. And Nami's like, whoa, bro, you was just being nice. Let Robin have a fucking moment. You clowning. And then they say Saul's falling, he won't get up. All the Straw Hats freak out, and then Robin realizes, oh no, that's just Saul's trope, something he does, walks up to him, and then Saul tries to scare her. And then they have their moment, man. Her and Saul are talking about, like, you survived. I'm so proud of you. And then we get a glimpse of Saul as a whole. And Saul has the peg leg. If you've been following One Piece for a long time, you know how important that is. And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. We also learned that Saul was burned and was set free from the ice by the fires of Elbaf, aka the scholars, using their will one last time in death to save Saul, and maybe that means Saul was marked by fire. When we then get more of their conversation about how Vegapunk preserved the voices of Elbaf, and they just have their moment. They start crying, they hug it out, and all the Straw Hats start crying. Luffy and Zoro and Jinbei are standing there all heroic, manly, and Luffy's going, she. And that's the chapter. Versus, we gotta start at the cover story because we've been on one, bro. We've been predicting that to a T. When I saw Babanuki, I was like, oh shit, the V-Man called it.
I just gotta ask though, how the hell, Yamato? How the hell did you let this fodder sneak up and snatch this child?
Low-key, Tama, I thought you were getting stronger. How did you get snatched by weak-ass Babanuki? Or is that too much? Is that too much? Am I being too...
To be fair.
She is a kid.
I mean, I will say though, like I think her power's still probably pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if the next thing is her just being like, oh,
plop in the mouth.
Right into the lion mouth, and it's like, okay, cool. Because like Hold'em is one of those where
oh yeah, his name's not Babanuki, it's Hold'em.
Yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, Babanuki's the elephant that ran the prison.
Yeah, you're right.
Holden is one of those where we know for a fact that his Zoan part of him hates his normal part of him. So if you can just get him to switch on him or whatever, like that pretty much takes him out.
You get control. You know? But yeah, you're right. Yamato, where's the observation? Where's just the average key things that people found before hockey existed, where they could just sense danger? How the fuck did you not sense the danger? And also, Speed, how'd you get taken out? Like, what the fuck?
Well, it does look like it was like an unanticipated like lion blast or whatever.
Yeah, because Speed is burning.
Yeah, and also Speed is not necessarily known to be the strongest around. I just
thought Speed would have been stronger than Hold'em because just of how her fruit is. Like, she's this centaur lady.
I mean, she might be, but Hold'em has a
lion
hostage now. Well, he has a hostage now.
Oh,
so she's not really, and she loves Tama, so I don't think she's really gonna like.
No, I see. I was talking about before, kind of how you were right. Yeah, like how she is.
But I understand. Anyone, I think, it gets snuck, and not actually has observation. I will say it is kind of funny because it's like Holden must not have been anything of note. Because I think I mean, my thing is like he must have never was allowed to go to Onigashima. First of all, because I don't think he was at the raid or whatever. But
he
also,
wasn't.
You should be able to know Yamato whenever you fucking see Yamato, you scrub.
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that you're even willing to do this proves.
But maybe he doesn't care. Maybe because Kaido and them are defeated, he's like he knows that Yamato chose a side, so maybe he's like, "Fuck you, Yamato." But Yamato should speed blitz him, like right now.
It's not so much like I'm not saying out of loyalty to Yamato. I'm saying like, why would you even do this when you know you're about to?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
in a second, in a microsecond.
Yeah, Yamato should definitely thunder bug his ass. But we'll see that next. Any predictions for the cover story going forward? Because you did call that it would be mini boss, big boss. Who do you think the big boss we're about to see?
It is back at the mines, so I wouldn't. It's back at the mines. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Babanuki is like set up shop, but then again, but how many of these assholes do we have just laying around? I'm really curious about what the current state of Wano is about prisons, because although I am a prison abolitionist, you got to hold some of these motherfuckers down until you can reintegrate them into society.
Especially the Kaido people, for sure. Yeah. I hope it's king or queen, and honestly, I would be more inclined to believe if it was queen and think that king flew off, like king left, like after the shit with Aramaki, and he got
Kaido.
Yeah, honestly, king probably did leave to go find Kaido, but I wouldn't be mad if it was queen and queen trying to take advantage of the situation, build up his army or build up his science shit before he leaves.
It also is possible that at least some of them might be from the Charlotte family.
That's another good call. Because
we don't really know what a lot of them.
What happened to Smoothie and all? Where did that ship go?
I don't know. So who knows?
Hell yeah.
I'm interested. I think it's going to be maybe a mysterious. Again, I think there's going to be a man behind the throne, where it's somebody who isn't supposed to be on Wano is behind all of it.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if right now it's Kaido remnants, still trying to amass something or whatever.
I'm going with Queen, but all right, where we're going in the chapter. Okay.
Because
there's some important things. First off, how the people treated Robin. We can talk about some of the things they said. The art of Elbaf, how everything looks. The fact that Road was crucified, going back to your thing of how there's this hierarchy of Elbaf. We're not seeing the true darkness of Elbaf. The peg leg, the man with flames, or just how cute it was with Robin.
I think we could probably do it straight through just because, like, I feel like we'll have a little bit to talk about Mac's story, a little bit to talk about before, and then it's mostly going to be, obviously the Robin reunion. That's clearly the big fish here.
Bro, that shit that guy said, to my dying day, I'll never forget the sounds of the screams that emerged from the fire. And Nico Robin did that. Not only that, but several other battleships were also sung. She's a demon in the body of an 8-year-old girl. The fact that these people thought that she did. Oh, that's Spandam's daddy?
Yeah.
The fact that they were spreading this propaganda that this little girl destroyed the island by herself is absolutely absurd to me. Is like, how the fuck do y'all think this child did this?
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's a case of like, listen, I'm a Rev. I love the people of the One Piece world or whatever, but sometimes y'all just plain fucking stupid.
Yeah, like this is just. But hey, I mean, look. America, we have our own dumb shit. So maybe it's a commentary. I get it. I can't say nothing, but this is fucking ignorant.
I mean, I don't know. There are some people in the world who swear that an 8-year-old does deserve.
No.
Current events.
I'm with you. I'm with you. They do. Our world is fucking stupid. So hey, Oda nailed it on the head with that one. But that shit was extremely sad.
I do like how they do confirm, like, like the kind of like give and take nature where it's like, obviously. Part of the reason why she's infamous is they can't deny that she's part of O'Hara. They have to like change the script on it, but they do erase it from all official maps. That way, anybody who wants to go do like an archaeological dig or whatever
can't find it.
Especially because we do know there are at least some folks like our boy Mont Blanc Cricket who could go and retrieve shit. Yeah, if he knew where it was.
Like Vegapunk and Dragon knew where it was, but you had to have gone there personally.
Yeah, that was before it was like literally like sunk, wiped off the map.
But when it was, Vegapunk got there, so
yeah, but he got there like I think right after the fires and everything.
Yeah, true.
This implies that like they went a step further after that, probably once they got the ships back in order.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you. They wiped everything off of there, like that shit was gone. But the only people that could go there were the people who. Like, do you think they could maybe get back if they knew where it was, like the general vicinity, because of how One Piece is with the log courses and shit?
I think so, but we also know that it was quite frankly like obviously the most more stuff was looted. So if someone did do it, I don't,
fair.
Especially like if you're interested in that stuff, you probably at least vaguely know about the Revs. And Dragon probably was like, hey guys, don't risk your skin over it. Don't bother.
Going there, yeah.
Between us and a certain someone, because I don't think he would have added Vegapunk. He would have been like, it's handled. Don't risk your lives. Go and find secrets. Like it's fine.
But boy, seeing the size of everything with Elbaf when they first got there, crazy.
Actually, wait a minute. The slander has to pop off. Actually,
slander on who?
I like the guy well enough, but this raises a question: where the fuck was Dragon? Where was his network to find Nico Robin? Last person who might be able to read poneglyphs, slander.
But see, okay, poneglyphs aren't his. Let me just give him some bail. Poneglyphs aren't his thing. Like that's not something.
But they are the true history of the world, and I think that's part of the revolutionaries' whole bag.
But it is. But maybe his thing is not necessarily. I don't need to know. Like maybe I don't need to know. Maybe I know
should probably save the 8-year-old girl, right? Probably enemy of the state.
I mean, look, he didn't go save fucking Kuma's wife. Like, he's not going to save.
This feels like it would have been easier. He didn't have to invade Marajol for this. He has a spy network.
He's not going to save this random.
He saved Sabo.
Sabo was in his path. Sabo was right next to where he was. He's not going to. Come on, bro. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary slander, V-Man. I'm gonna just be real.
Okay.
He had no reason to.
Can't save Janie. Can't save 8-year-old Robin. What can he save?
I mean, he saves Sabo.
He saves money by not doing shit.
He gonna save the world, bro.
I hope so.
And he made
the payoff. Oh. Damn, anybody could make Luffy. Just don't.
No, you needed his DNA.
I mean, that's more Garp than Dragon.
Look, but you still needed Garp couldn't have made Luffy.
Yes, he could have.
He didn't though. He made Dragon.
If he was clapping out there in the Wild Wild West, he could.
I don't know, bro. We needed Dragon, but I digress. Right. I'm not letting you slander him today. It's unnecessary.
Beautiful backstory though. Loved it. It was great. And I do love her, crying even while laughing. Although that's probably part of the reason why people eventually were like, yeah, she's a demon because she
She's
laughs while
crying and
crying.
laughing. Yeah, she had the smile. But
Mm.
bro, seeing the size of everything, like the way everything looks so beautiful, and seeing that the size of these houses are how houses look normally to the Straw Hats is insane, bro. This and even Brooke says it like the size of everything is so unbelievable. Everything's on a
Mhm.
different scale. Like that shit's crazy.
I like how we get a little bit more when we're talking about sea clouds and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
we
like,
see the ship, the Sea Cloud
yeah, but
ship.
even then, our homies are so like amazed and dazzled by it. They aren't doing the thing that they did last chapter where it's like, okay, but scientifically though,
How does this work?
you know,
Yeah, they were,
yeah,
and look, even Vegapunk tried to come in. Lilith was like, island clouds, sea clouds, bubbles, rainbows, hovering. It can all support these. Yeah, but what that shit, what the fuck that shit mean, dog?
yeah. I say the Giants are just like, don't even worry about it. The fact that it exists proves that it can exist.
Yeah, just let that shit
Anyway,
go.
we're trying
Also,
to eat.
Uso Land, it's back.
Mhm.
Calling that man Uso Land, that's crazy.
Yeah, I like our reintroduction slash first introduction
It's a
in
high
proper.
redeem. Mm-hmm.
Uh, to the new giant pirates or whatever. I don't want to call him my man because it ain't like that, but like they're like, yeah, us four pirates.
Rogue got kicked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, how do you
five
feel about that?
five
Like
pirates.
dude's on a crucifix, man. They crucified him. Like this is showing they take punishment to the extreme, bro. This the dark side of Elbaf is gonna come out at some point, and I feel like
It's
this
one of those
plays
things where
into
it's
it.
like, I just kind of want to know if they do this when they're not on Elbath, right?
Mm,
Like, because he's most valuable. Let me give you this. He's literally most valuable to them when they're not at
on
home
Elbaf,
because he's their
yeah.
navigator. They don't need
Mm-hmm.
him really whenever they're
They're
on the
probably
ship.
nice to him, honestly.
Yeah, or at least like don't beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, crazy.
Like if anything, it feels, and I think this is kind of the vibe. Like it feels more like he's like the most mercenary of the four, as
Mm.
like unlike Luffy who finds people and it's like they sometimes they happen to have skills like with Chopper, where he wanted him just because he was a cool talking reindeer and he's like also your doctor. That shit's sweet.
Yeah, and Brooke,
Uh,
you're a skeleton. That's dope. You play music,
Whereas this is
come
a little
aboard.
more professional. So they're like, nah, man, we
We
gotta have a
don't fuck with
navigator.
you, but we don't fuck with you. You just do a job for us. So like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like you are not Nakama. You are a
Hmm.
coworker. And
Also,
then,
the new giant pirates look badass. Like Hyridine's looking
yeah,
badass. Gerd looking like Nami pre-designed, just missing the mechanical arm with the
mhm.
big axe looking badass. And
I
hey,
need to see her use the big ass axe.
his two
I need
big
it.
boy homies are looking cool
Mhm.
as shit, but I prefer the one we can't see the body of with the beard. I just need to see how his
Mhm.
burly ass is carrying that hammer because he better not be skinny version. He's got to be a big boy gang,
Yeah, yeah.
big boy
Also,
beard gang too.
glad to see everybody's doing leg day. So good for them.
Oh, yeah,
Except for
Hyridine
Rogue.
legs look. Hey, look, Hyridine's legs do look jacked. Got to give it to him. Also, it's hilarious how they're all sitting on like shoulders of these
Mhm.
giants. Like Jinbei's just chilling on Goldberg's shoulder.
Yeah, I think it's a very cute size comparison because Jinbei's like the big boy and then Goldberg's
Yeah,
obviously the little
true.
boy.
True, 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 true,
Uh,
true.
no, again, no one fucking with the road though.
No, zero.
Um,
And everybody, I didn't realize this, but on the next page, you see the village is coming out, and
mhm.
everybody just cool with him chilling on the cross,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's a big part of it. Like no one notices it, no one really
No one gives a
mentions it
fuck.
or whatever. Yeah, they're too busy looking at these tiny little people and everything.
And partying with
Uh,
Hyrodine.
Also, real quick, the Nami and Robin interaction about cutting
Oh
your hair,
yeah,
everything was cute like that.
that was tight.
Um, I do like how they kind of like a little bit talk about hired Luffy being like they're
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, man, you're a Yonko, and that's
That's
why we follow you or
badass.
whatever. Yeah,
He
and
was like,
Luffy was
"That's why
like,
we follow you. Level up, my boy."
I never asked for that. Like it's almost things where it's like, well, God, and I kind of feel him now. I've always thought that Luffy was a little rough on him, but maybe if these fuckers had shown up at Wano or at Egghead, like the entire fandom had thought and hoped they would, to at least hold them back a little bit,
Hey
Luffy would see
man,
value right now. But right now, it's still all
they're
solo
coming
Straw
for
Hat
the
shit.
final war. We know Oda said they come for a world-changing event.
Let me ask you a question, Lynn. Like I'm gonna use a musical like metaphor, but by all means, feel free to make it a sports metaphor. if the only thing you do is show up, you don't do no practice rehearsals, you don't do nothing, you just show up day of the big fucking, like, big performance, do you think you're going to perform optimally? Do you not believe in off-season training? Because
all
this
right.
is like
Let
trying
me
to
give
go
him
up to
some
the Super
bail.
Bowl only. They're trying to do bye weeks the whole fucking season.
Let me give him some bail.
What we're doing shit right now is Barto. He got caught
Leo,
out.
yeah, Bardo got fucked up, but Leo and Sai protected gang, protected
Yeah.
the mermaid
Mhm.
Shirahoshi, and protected
Rebecca.
Big Gang Rebecca and Big Gang your girl from Elbaf
Wait,
Vivi.
Elbeth. Yeah,
I mean not Elbaf
Alabaster.
Alabaster. Yeah, Vivi. So they were working in the off season, and
Yeah.
Hyrodine here right now. So Hyrodine about to get an arc. So he working in the off season too. Only
I don't know.
person fucked up is Bardo. Bardo big fucked up.
I mean, at least he's shown up as Blue Gilly and what's his name even here.
Oh yeah.
Like,
What about the
like
long arm guy, the boxer
the
EDO?
other one, yeah. EO, Blue Gilly, the long leg guy, and then like at least I think Columbus, he had a cover story, so he's doing
Yeah,
shit, kind of.
Olympus
He
is
has like
doing
a
some
holo
shit.
navy,
And the
but
king
even
was
then, that's
at
kind of whatever.
referee. The king was
Yeah.
chilling with the king from not Doflamingo, king from oh, I'm calling him by the villain's name. What the fuck is that place called?
You're talking about Drum Island. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not Drummond. No.
No, they were though. They were. Remember?
The king friend who's in the fleet was chilling with Rico Dolo.
Yeah.
Dressrosa, yeah. So the guy who threw Zoro, that's Columbus. The guy who does the punch, the God punch. He's a king. He was at Reverie chilling with Rico Dolo.
Yeah, but also that they were also hanging out with the
drum
the
key,
Bison
yeah.
but still,
Dalton was there.
but yeah, and I will say, at least fucking Bellamy made everyone a Jolly Roger. Like he's an artiste now. He doesn't really get into shit. But also,
what the fuck is Cavendish doing?
Yeah,
That's the
Cavendish
guy
was
that you
supposed
could
to
be
be
mad
like
at.
he was the first. He was the generation of supernovas above us.
He was
and
Ace's
what has he done for us
generation.
lately?
He ain't doing shit. Ace's generation, a bunch of bitches.
I mean,
Ace and Cavendish.
there's a reason they invented a whole warlord for Ace to defeat. That way, none of our actual warlords had to take an L.
Look, Ace still is the biggest L, bro. You're not gonna change my mind. But hey,
anyway,
see, if you're gonna slander Dragon, I'm gonna throw some Ace slander in there. But love that the whole Straw Hat crew.
They should both die.
That's fucked up. I don't think Dragon should die. But I do think it's dope for the whole Straw Hat crew to be like, hey, Gerd, take us to Saul, baby. We know what time it is. That shit was fire.
Yeah, and I do like how it looks like they're about to have a big feast. Kind of funny. I think this is the first time we ever we're gonna start
before, with
a feast. But
that
I
tells
mean,
me some fire, some bad shit's gonna happen. That's what that tells me.
I mean, if it was gonna be anywhere, Elbas the spot to do it. Also, I just noticed Goldberg's shield has a big smiley face on it. It's kind of cute.
Oh, wait.
That matches his. Yeah, see on the back whenever they're in the big crowd, he's right next to the cross with Roto.
Oh yeah, he does. Okay, that's funny.
I wonder if his shield is alive then. Like if
I wonder.
Shield
okay, so you see how that matches Roto? I wonder if that's Roto's shield actually.
Oh, that he just stole.
And Goldberg just stole it. Yeah, because it matches like, Roto's gear in his outfit.
Yeah, he was like, "You're not gonna need this."
Yeah, it's
You're
over.
Not gonna need this
well, fuck you, bro. Yeah. Poor Roto. Well, let me not say poor Roto because I don't know what he's doing. So
I don't know. Like, listen, Roto, in my opinion, has not done anything that other
pervy.
I mean,
pervy to
yeah, but the world of One Piece is kind of pervy, and we make friends with fucking like scumbags all the time, you know.
But it don't make it right.
No, it doesn't. I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying
Roto, just got caught up.
He's not unique.
Okay, I see what you're saying. What if we're not gonna arrest all of them? Why are we arresting Roto?
Exactly. It's like, listen, if we're gonna start like tasing people, first of all, I love them, but
Brooke and Sanji gotta get tased every time. Yeah. But Brooke
Thank
more
God for
so.
Brooke.
Brooke more so because Brooke be talking about people panties and trying to touch panties. Sanji ain't never trying to touch nobody. He just be trying to hug them.
That's literally trying to touch someone.
But no, but Brooke goes straight for panties. Brooke is straight grab him by the pussy.
He never says grab. He says, "May I see it?" He's a gentleman.
But he be reaching. Yeah. You don't be reaching. Don't
anyway,
do that. Also, don't defend Brooke ass. That's why I don't fuck with Brooke.
Besides, a couple people have already You know, Shocky had a good response to it. Big Mom, I think, thought it was zesty. She was like, "That's interesting."
That's because
Kind
they
of into
old
it.
ass ladies, bro.
Oh, okay, fine. More Shocky for me.
But all right, let's get to the Saul
Mhm.
shit. Hey man, he is the. How did you feel when you saw he had a peg
Well,
leg? Or you have
one
anything
thing that I
before that?
think, the Luffy, the part about Luffy
Oh, being
where,
honorable.
yeah, well, yeah, Robin's like, guys, I can go alone, it's fine, and Luffy's like, nah, I gotta like meet with him and talk. One, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's important because it shows that they do know a good amount of Robin backstory. Because there's been some inconsistency, I think. People I think have overplayed a little bit. People outside the Straw Hats don't tell anybody about their past, like off screen or whatever. This clearly shows that that isn't the case. Robin definitely told everyone, probably right after Water 7, the whole deal.
I feel like because she
Um,
had okay, so I feel like it's hit or miss because Sanji definitely did.
well, yeah,
Like
but he told
he had
everyone
a
his first
reason.
backstory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm talking about like his
I
family
know,
fan. Like I feel
I
like
know, but
Frankie told everybody. I feel like Jinbei told everybody.
mhm.
I feel like Brooke told everybody. I don't know if Usopp and Zoro did. If you know what I'm
I I think
like if they
Usopp might
know
have, which is
anymore.
why I think Usopp might have, which I think it's going to be very interesting. Maybe even less so Usopp whenever he meets Yasopp, and more. I kind of want to see
Mm,
what the crew does because they're like, you fucking bum,
yeah.
you know. Because for all Yasopp is like worried that Usopp's gonna like, kind of like put the shot on him
The
and
Straw
like
Hats are gonna be
really
more
like,
upset. Yeah.
yeah, like I think if anything, Usopp might be a little relieved and want to show off, and I think the other ones are like, Usopp, you don't have to show up for that man.
Well,
That man is not your
Except
dad.
Luffy. Luffy's gonna fuck with him because Luffy knows him. But like
Yeah,
that's a different story. But hey,
Luffy
man,
also used to being abandoned though, all the time.
I like seeing Luffy be honorable. I like it, and then
And
for it to quickly disappear.
from what I understand, I think he got that from Ace, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because Ace does it when he meets Shanks. Ace did meet Shanks once, and he did the same thing. And he's like, "I want to thank
I
you for
gotta thank you.
like helping
Yeah.
mentor my little brother after I
Mm-hmm.
left."
Okay. Shout out to Ace for giving Luffy a good trait, one good thing.
Mhm.
Appreciate you.
It does make me wonder where Ace got it
You
from, though.
bum. Ace, you know who Ace got it from. Ace got it from Shanks and Roger. Ace got it from Shanks, the guy. He saw
How he met
honorable pirates.
Shanks?
Honorable pirates. He saw Shanks doing honorable actions. He just saw honorable shit from the goat. From the goat.
Sure, okay, free clout. Anyway, they get there. It's beautiful. I actually really like the floating Viking
the
ships.
waterfall, yeah, that shit looks good too. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's a
like
floating house. Yeah, no, that shit looks crazy.
yeah, big fan of that. I really like how they're like, we can give you a micro ocean in a fucking tree.
It reminds
Like,
me of God of War. If anybody
mhm,
played the God of War and God of War Ragnarok, when Kratos goes to goes to the Norse mythology land, and there's a
mhm.
place where there's just water, and there's the giant snake and something hanging in the air, and it really looks like that. That shit looks crazy.
Yeah, Jormungandr,
Yeah,
the snake
Jormungandr
that
was
would
there,
consume the
and
world.
yeah, and then there's like some piece of some giant fucking island
Mhm.
area right next. That's just crazy in the game, but it looks even crazy that Oda drew it. Like, bravo to him.
Yeah, I do like how Luffy kind of immediately ruins the moment because he wants to get to the party.
He's like, let's hurry
You
this
know,
shit up, Robin. I'm with him, no, like, yeah, we don't have to be too long. Like, get in the ship, like y'all hug, then y'all can reconnect when we get back to the spot.
Lynn, this is spoken like somebody who had two parents.
I'm
As someone who
look,
didn't,
look,
as someone who didn't,
I'm not,
don't
look,
step on my don't step on my
I'm not
piece.
being negative. I'm just saying, look, brother, we hug when we meet you. Yeah, we cry. Now get in the ship so we can go party together. Let's
Man,
party together.
I mean, I hear you, but it's like, motherfucker, you didn't even have to come. I told, like, if you're gonna ruin my big reunion with my family or whatever, I told you you could stay in the car.
Look, we're all friends, bro. Sorry. Like, we're all coming. Get his big ass in the car and let's go.
Yeah, they're gonna have to rent an entirely separate Uber.
Yeah, facts. Two Ubers, please. But hey man, he
I
got a
do like that
peg
Nami
leg
jumps in.
version. That shit's crazy. I
Yeah,
was shocked as hell to see that. And I know
I
people are
do.
probably like, Lyndon, why are you making a big deal about it? But it's something that Oda said he's been waiting to do. Like, we have the eye patch, the peg leg, the do-rag, and then what's the other thing we're missing? All the normal pirate tropes. The only one we're missing now
Mhm.
is the eye
Do we
patch.
not have? I guess we technically have someone with a parrot, but it's Hathori with Lucci. But yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And we have the
Mhm.
cutlass, we have the normal gun shit. and we
We do
have
have some. We have a.
we have the
We have a dude
do-rag.
with a monkey. We also have a dude with a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
And we have somebody with all the fucking footlongs with Blackbeard.
We're just
So
missing the eye patch, which I think it will probably end up being Luffy or Joy
what?
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just missing the eye patch. I think it's gonna either be Joy Boy or Luffy will eventually get it. One of them.
I think
But-
it's also. I wouldn't even put it past being maybe like Scopper. If Scopper,
Mm.
if Scopper Gabon's gonna have a role, I wouldn't be surprised
If
because
he
he always
has
wears
it,
those little black shades, you know.
True.
So
That's a good
he
call
might,
too.
his ass might already be blind or have been like,
Have been blinded in one eye. Yeah.
you know.
But love seeing him with the peg leg. That just adds to Saul's character. Also,
I love
the man
Soul's
with
bit. Anyone who
ahead.
remembers it, you know, when he does the
Mhm.
scary thing and how they first met.
Cute for him and
Pretty
Robin.
sweet.
Also love Robin's bang, seeing him like with the
Mhm.
long hair, close-up shot that Saul sees. It looks really good on her. And like she should keep that hairstyle forever. That's her hairstyle. Like
We need to get the cowboy hat back. But that being said,
nah,
yeah,
I don't think she needed, bro. She don't
I
need
love the
no hat.
cowboy
She don't
hat.
need to put nothing on top of that beautiful hair, bro. She don't need to. It's beautiful jet black, looking great.
But you need the melanin back though. But
she's just looking great. Oh yeah, no, she could definitely look.
Man,
that's not an Oda thing. That's a Toei thing.
I know, but it's gonna suck whenever One Piece Next or whatever like has her pale from the jump. Just like
well, the live action. I mean, you saw the cast, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Wit thing. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, Studio Wit.
Yeah, they already did to Usopp, so they're definitely doing it to her. But hey, man, he's also the man marked by flames.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's any dispute at this point. This man's marked by flames as fuck, you know.
Yep. So does that mean Shanks has the stuff? Is that what Shanks went to Elbaf for?
I don't think he would have handed over like that though. Like, because Saul does know kind of what the Straw Hat Crew and Robin have been doing. Do you think he would have been like, yeah, sure, let me give it to this bozo who I kind of sort of know?
Also,
instead
that
of
goes
my
back
daughter.
that goes back to what you're saying about how Shanks just comes in for visits. He might not know Saul, like he might just be friends with people. Like it's interesting because Shanks got the shit from Kid, and he said, let's go after the One Piece. Before he got the shit from Kid, he came to Elbaf to do something which we don't know. And then he got the shit from Kid and was like, let's go get Barto. He might have it, man. I don't know. That's interesting. Like, or what if he's waiting at Luffy at Lodestar? Like with it? Like, what if he asked Saul to be the one to give it to him? Like, that would be interesting. I don't know.
Does Shanks have a way to read it though? Or are we suddenly stealing the already translated notes?
Good question. Well, from Kid, I assume he stole the already translated notes. But from Saul, I have no idea. Because
that's one thing that I feel like
he took a copy of what Kid had, so he had the translated version.
Well, that's my point. I was about to say though, do we know for sure that some of that shit was translated, or do you think that's part of like Luffy's thing was being like, look, I'm gonna hand you guys the notes, but like,
nah, I think it was
you got to go find a motherfucker who.
I don't think he was. I don't think they were just giving him. Nah, bro. Because Law wouldn't have just took. Bro. Nah, they definitely got the translated version.
That's. I don't know. I understand. Luffy would definitely say that, but I think if any other Straw Hat was in charge of that, they'd been like, no, fuck you.
Oh, sure. But I'm just saying, yeah, no way. Like, hell no, dog. There's no way I can see Law being like, yeah, I did all this shit, and y'all are just giving me something I can't read. What? Mm-hmm. Like, nah. But yeah, so I do think Shanks got it, but that is a good question of from what he got from Saul, can he read that? That's a damn good question.
Also, I'm just saying, if Shanks confronted Saul or whatever, I'm blaming Shanks for why Saul has like a cough or whatever. Because they said at the start that he's sick.
Why?
Because he probably didn't mask up, and he like Elbaf's a relatively isolated island. Shanks, and you know what? The thing is, rats carry disease, so he probably brought the plague to Elbaf.
You're just hating on my guy.
It's all fitting together. It's all coming together.
No. But I would be interested to see if that's where Luffy needs him to give the hat back, or if Shanks has the stuff. I'm very interested in that side of it. But you bring up a good point. Would Saul just give it to him? Does Shanks know Saul has it? That's a good question. And this also shows why Robin made the face she did, why the camera panned in on Robin when they said the man marked by flames. I'm very interested to see why it panned on Law. That's why I don't know. Now it makes sense why it panned on Robin, but why did it give Law that dark, grimacing looking face. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
maybe Saul needed a doctor at some point because of the burns.
And maybe that's Law knew him. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
like either maybe he needed a doctor, beforehand, or maybe
Or
even
after.
after. Like it's also like I would have to look at the timeline. I'm just shooting from the here. The fact that Saul is ex-Marine, the fact that Corazon was pseudo-Marine, and the fact that Law
Law
generally
may
doesn't
know
hate
him.
Marines. Yeah, and also Law was a CGB pilot
Traveling
for
the
like
word.
5 seconds, remember?
But also he was traveling the
So
world as a kid with Corazon. Maybe they ran
yeah.
into one of Corazon's old friends, Saul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows?
That's
Um,
interesting because they did pan to those two. And it makes sense with Robin. I'm very interested in the reason why I did Law, though. So now the Robin
yeah,
thing makes sense. And to your point,
we still have that other
I
ship too.
oh yeah, true.
Remember the black ship that can allegedly make whirlpools or whatever?
Yeah,
That
who the
doesn't seem to
fuck
be
is
related to
that?
Saul anymore.
Not at
We all
all.
assumed the man marked by flames would be on said ship. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's like, well,
Question: are those two people both on Elbath? With Saul being the man marked by flames, and the
and the
man
other
with the
one
black
being
ship is the guy silhouetted? Yes, sir.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind
Wrap
it
up a bunch of
either.
stuff, knock it out, see what's up.
See who that
You
person
know,
is. Yeah, very interested.
I also, again, I know some people say it one way, some people say it the other way. I wouldn't hate it if it was that guy talking to Crocus. Who
Me neither.
knows? But like we are in the final saga. There are Oda's gonna start wrapping shit up. You know,
Oh,
in
also kids coming
big
back. Let
sweeping
me just say
motions.
this. The fact that they already brought up Big Mom and thanking Luffy for doing what he did, and Luffy's like, what? Luffy's going to tell them that Kid is the one who beat Big Mom, and Kid's going to
Well,
be. I think he's
I
coming
mean,
back.
I think Luffy definitely still deserves a lot of credit for it. But I do think he'll be like, I didn't. He's definitely gonna say, I didn't do that shit alone. Kid
Yeah,
and
but
Law did
you know what
you
I
know,
mean by that though, bro.
I know, I
Yeah,
know.
like how Kid and Law were the ones who beat, and I don't think Oda said that like it was specifically that, even though we know they do have a history with Big
Well,
Mom, but it was just very.
yeah,
It felt very
mhm.
pointed. Like let's
Yeah.
point that out.
Well, yeah, that's why they're throwing him the feast right now. But also, let me ask a question: do you think Kid will be able to break Loki free, subverting Luffy's contract?
Ooh.
Because I think Kid would do it right then and there instead of whatever Luffy's doing, where he's like, oh, wait,
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good question. That would be a good
because
way to
my
bring Kid in.
my idea was always that Kid was going to be like a Deuteract, like a not Deuteract, a secondary villain below Loki, basically.
Mm.
Like depending on how Loki was, he would be like the main villain, and we'd figure it out. Whereas Kid would be more of a personalized villain of like he's disgraced, he's kind of on a rampage, he hasn't given up his dream yet, but he's wilding the fuck out on Elbath.
That would
I've
be
always
interesting.
maintained that.
I wouldn't be mad
So,
if Kid was the one who broke Loki out. I would not be mad at that at all. I also think that
um,
brings in controversy to the fact of do we hate him because he did this, but he also beat Big Mom. I definitely think there's some things you can play
yeah,
with Kid in the
because
his love for Giant or the Giants' love for him.
I was kind of expecting, and that clearly hasn't been the case. Like I've always been saying since he got there quicker than everyone else, Kid would at least recover enough to be like, I'm the one who fucking smote Big
Smoke Big
Mom.
Mom.
Give me
Mm-hmm.
give me your give me your props, And then whenever Luffy comes in, not that they would be anti Luffy, but he wouldn't get all the free love that he's currently getting now. So
Yeah,
that clearly didn't happen, but I could see it transforming in a way too.
yeah, I definitely see like if he does want to do it, he just laid the seed. He doesn't have to follow
Mhm.
up on it. It could be just us reaching, but the seed was planted right then and there with that phrase.
Especially with Elbath's culture,
Mm-hmm.
Not that I think any of them would be like Luffy lied, but they'd be like, wait, hold on. We thought it was a 1v1.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
So,
And Luffy didn't even fight Big Mom. They would be like, "Oh, you fought Kaido." I mean, that's good, but like,
well, he did also run up into her house and
oh,
whatever. I
yeah,
mean,
he did his own shit to her.
they did all fight on the rooftop, but no, I get I
Yeah,
get it.
they wouldn't be mad at Luffy. I mean, he had his own beef with her, embarrassed her, but like Kid and Law
Mhm.
struck the final blow. So that'll be
Yeah.
in the quote unquote final blow.
Um but yeah, but
The ocean
overall,
beat Big Mom. Let's be real.
yeah. I
More
mean,
so than Kaido.
if she's
Yeah.
even beat, well,
That's what
let
I'm
me
saying. Yeah,
rephrase this.
no.
Definitely beat, maybe not dead.
Maybe not dead,
I'm still
yeah.
putting my chips on neither of them are dead, but
But
they were
even
definitely
then, the
not
ocean
from
beat her.
contention.
She was still
Yeah.
alive when she was breathing and cognizant and was when she was
In the
falling
volcano.
into the water. Kaido's
Yeah.
ass was knocked the fuck on the brink of death. More so than her. So facts. I'm with you. If you do end up being right about them being alive, I definitely see it being Big Mom more so than I see it being Kaido. I will give you that one.
But yeah, I would just say page 16 and page 17 are some of the best pages in One Piece.
It's tight. Good for Robin.
And let me say this, I'm speaking directly in my antagonism to some of the people that I saw on the Twitter. Thank God it wasn't everyone, but some people try to say, this chapter's slow, this chapter, whatever. A couple people was like, Robin's like 27 years old or whatever, 27-year-old, and
She's
exactly
30.
my type. Yeah, whatever. Point being, that's fine. A couple years older, fine, whatever. But that being said, some people were like, you're an adult when you're crying. I'm like, motherfucker, yo.
Grew up with two parents.
Robin.
Now that's some two parents shit to say. Yeah, no. Now that is 100%. Like she's too old to be crying. That's crazy.
I hate to say it, but like I don't know. Like the last time that I saw a really good pop.
Oh yeah, Robin's my age. She's 30 post time skip. Crazy.
Like the last time that I saw a really good pop off for Robin was whenever they had the arc. Whenever she went to say, obviously Wano, she said Sanji, and everyone was so focused on.
That shit was fire.
A lot of people were so focused on shitting on Sanji that they completely like pissed on Robin's spot or whatever. And I'm like, I said it the day of, and I stand by it now. Whatever it takes to give Robin and some of the other overlooked Straw Hats some shine. Like, first of all, if you're only 3 people that you like, or if only one of the Straw Hat crew that you like is a member of the Monster Trio, your greed is biblical, especially Sanji. As a Sanji fan, motherfucker had 2 backstories in an entire arc dedicated to him.
He did.
It's fine. Let Robin have a couple spots. Like it's fine. All right. And that's how I feel about this too, or whatever. Like Oda is a romantic. All right. He wants to write the whole thing back to front. We're in Elbath. This is going to be
it's
whimsical.
Not just Dragon Ball Z fighting power scaling fans. Sorry.
And like I think it's important for the entire crew. And as we saw, even for you stoic Chads or whatever, we have Luffy who's smiling, Zoro didn't cry, and also I believe Jinbei didn't cry.
Yeah, well, we don't see their faces.
A little bit about Jinbei. Well, but the others are obvious. So
no, I feel you. Look, as someone who prefers like the more high-paced, if it's not fighting, the lore base, like deep, he gave me some stuff for the lore base that I wanted. Also gave good art, but I'm not gonna hate on Robin for this because this progresses her character. Outside of the Monster Trio, she is my favorite Straw Hat. Like, if I had to rank the Straw Hat, she'd probably come in at number 3, at the lowest, number 4. So I am a fan to see her doing this, getting her shine. And, Robin, look, if Robin can defend, like, to me, if you could defend yourself and defend multiple Straw Hats, you deserve the screen time. And Robin can. If this was Chopper or Usopp or Nami, get them bums off the screen. More so Brook. Get that bum off the screen. That old ass man. Like when they do the whole chapter dedicated to Lagoon. Get that shit out of here.
You're not prepared for the Brook backstory. You're not prepared for how this young, upstanding soldier, this soldier of fortune, this captain, a fellow captain. You know who else was the captain? Jinbei was the captain. Luffy's the captain. Man. The captain trio.
Usopp's the captain. No, don't do no captain trio. Usopp is a captain, motherfucker.
If he had ever had a proper boat, he'd be a captain. Never had a captain. Many people are saying this.
See, that's hater shit, captain. Bro. That's hater shit right there, bro.
It's almost like they had an entire arc about how Usopp wasn't the captain. Zoro, definitely not a captain.
No, Sanji's not a captain.
Frankie, not a captain. Being a member of the underworld. Being a gang member is not a captain.
He was the leader of the Frankie family.
Not a captain. They had no ship. He made battleships.
All right, I'll accept Usopp before I accept Frankie. But Frankie, better captain than Brook, for sure. For sure.
Wow. Brook was in the Grand Line when it was different. That was before they had the
his whole shit died, bro. What are you talking about?
It was back when it was different. Even Goldie Roger himself said, "Man, shit used to be different. Shit used to be different back in the day. I wish I was coming up in your time.
Pussies,
whenever shit was real."
No, not Brook's time. On Joy Boy's time. Don't give Brook no credit for that. That's not Brook era.
No,
that's not Brook era.
Roger era. That was before Roger became the king.
Roger said that about Brook. Don't do that. Roger said that
exactly.
about.
You're right. He did say that about.
No,
Brooke.
see, you called me. You called me up. Roger said that about Joy Boy. Don't do that. He didn't say that shit about Brooke's generation. Brooke's generation, some bums.
No, Brooke was right. Roger, a little kid from the East Blue. Listen, he has great prospects. No one thought he could make it, but that was before. You know what? Just saying.
At least Roger and his crew didn't die from some nonsense. But I digress.
Look, Brooks generation's back whenever they had like the really bad padding and everyone had CTE. All right, that's why he has the big crack on his skull. Okay.
Good defense.
Now everyone is so worried about the captain getting CTE or whatever. They literally made the main character out of rubber, so that way it didn't work.
Great defense. Bravo.
But anyway, these two pages are great. Awesome art. And also,
yeah, shout out Robin.
Also, if anyone's been in like the depths of despair like Robin has, I do think it shows how much character growth she has. Where it's like, you know, she even tells Saul, like, listen, we could stay here and we can be mad about it all day, but just be with me. Let's enjoy the fact that we're together.
Out of all the Straw Hats, her and Sanji deserve the moments they get because we've seen them experience ultimate heartbreak. Like, this girl didn't want to live, bro. We saw earlier in the chapter how these people were treating her. Like, let her have her moment with her pseudo father.
Yeah, and again, I think it's also those things where it's like, listen, we could sit here all day and we could dwell on how bad things were, or whatever, or we could look at it and be like, but we survived and we made it here and shit's cash now. You know? Now she's with a crew that will defend her like Saul always wanted, and she can defend them back. And that shit's awesome.
Facts. Big facts.
And they will also defend Saul too whenever the villain of the arc tries to go for his life, which I'm pretty sure they will.
We're gonna see about that. That's gonna be interesting. All right, V-Man, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media. We have a break, so we'll probably do a video in between on something. We'll decide a topic and do it because we'll get a break this week, and then the chapter will be out the following week, and then another break, and then the chapter. It's a bad time because of Christmas. And
we're on that either or schedule. You know? Would have been nice to get a couple extra chapters out, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Thanks. But yeah, so you can follow me at Versen pretty much anywhere, or you can follow me at Josh Stressler again pretty much anywhere. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, trying to do a little bit of Blue Sky merger. You know, kind of doing my thing. I should have a couple dinners coming up or whatever. And again, still peddling that good baked goods. DM me for inquiries. I'll mail it to you even. Just let me know.
Hell yeah. Hit up the V-Man. You can follow me on Twitter at LynBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. You can follow me at Blue Sky at lynbwt.bsky.social. You can follow Bros Who Think at broswhothink.bsky.social. We will have all of the links in the description. On the last one, I tried to include Versens in our Blue Sky, so y'all can follow us and also join the Discord if you want to talk One Piece. The Discord link is in the description of said video. But until next time, like I said, we'll give you like a video on the off week. Until then, have a good one and peace.